All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elected nation of Israel. And this is going to be a lesson on this scripture here, which I'll read right now. 1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth, and being able to have consecutive enjoyable days in this world where you're just going around gallivanting to wherever you want to go on a holiday. Then the next day, after you come back from your holiday, you're going out and doing more activities. Then the next day, you're going out and doing more stuff, and then you're doing something else again, and you're doing something else again, and doing something else again, right? It can lead to you being delusional, man, and not actually, to get down to the truth of it, not actually realizing how much of a piece of shit you are, right? And a lot of women don't actually realize that they're demons, right? Just like Esau doesn't actually realize how much of a piece of shit he is, because he's been able to, because of the money that he's got, and because this is a society where he's able to not have to actually look at what he's did, right? He's able to pretend like it never happened, man. Esau's the main person that's been living in pleasure, but has been dead the whole time. And he's got Obadiah of 1 and 8. Like, Esau's got 1,000 years of judgment waiting, or hanging over his head. And he doesn't even actually really understand the depths of it right now. All the things that he's going to do to the children of Israel in Jacob's trouble, right? Those things are going to be paid back for twice during the 1,000 years of captivity that he's going to go through, but he doesn't actually realize it, man. Just like how a lot of these women, they don't realize that when they're breaking up with one guy, getting into a rebound relationship with the next guy, when they're going to their so-called friends' houses, but really they're secretly coveting to see what that woman's got going on in her house, right? Some of these women even be coveting after their so-called female friends' husbands, man, right? Jealous and envious, trying to secretly see if they can try and mate poach and all that, mate poaching and all that, right? Like, coveting after to try and see what secret things they got going on in their family, right? The other woman will be bringing the other woman to their house to try and show off that, see, look how nice my life is compared to yours. Like, there's just crazy stuff going on in this world, man. And the women that are living like this, they don't even understand that they're dead. Just like how Esau doesn't understand that he's dead, man. Right? Being able to, I'm going to get a scripture to explain this further. Being able to just fill your days with fun and mirth, right? It can mask that you really are through, right? It can mask that you're really through, man. Let's get this. Ecclesiasticus chapter 11 and verse 25. In the day's prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction. So when women are one thing that women do, man, and I even noticed this before because I had this real fat neighbor, right? This real fat Edomite woman that was a neighbor of mine one time, right? Like a few years ago. And she broke up with one Edomite and that, right? And then it was 2 weeks later and she was with the next Edomite, and I was thinking, raw, how the hell this fat, ugly woman be able to just switch out from one geezer to another? She was fat. She outweighed me by probably a good 50 pounds. She was just fat, man. She was fat, but her face was ugly too. It's not like he was oh, if she lost weight, she'd be kind of all right, still. Nah, she wouldn't be all right still. Even if she lost the weight, she'd be a healthier looking ugly woman. And it showed me that these women are they got an easy life down here, man. Because the men really in this society don't even have no dignity for themselves, man. Men don't have no dignity for themselves in this society, so women are able to go around and get a free ride off this world and then still act like they're oppressed, man. They're able to break up with one man, get with another one, go to the nightclub, they're able to go out with no money and assume or know that their day is going to be paid for. They go out on dates with not even enough money to get back home. They're driving their car with no gas, with barely no gas in the engine, expecting other people to pay for it. They'll have a car and not expect that they should have to know how to maintain anything in their own car. You know what I mean? They don't even try and learn, okay, where do you put the oil? Where do you put the antifreeze? Where do you put the water? Where do you put things in the car? How do I check this on the car? How do I check that on the car? They don't think that they should have to know about that. They want to buy a house and own a house, but they don't think, man, okay, where's this in my house? How do I turn the how do I turn the water off? If I needed to turn the water off to my kitchen because there's a burst pipe, they don't think that they should have to learn any of that. They don't understand the security of their house. You know what I mean? They don't want to know nothing like that, but they want to own their own house and live alone and all that. And then because they get the protection of men through proxy because of all of these different men that have these different jobs and careers that are able to help and aid these women, man. But they're dead while they're living, right? Ecclesiastes chapter 11 and verse 25, in the day of prosperity, there's a forgetfulness of affliction, and these women are able to forget all their afflictions by all these days of prosperity that they're having, man. A man's reality in this world and a woman's reality are not even close to being the same, man. We are not living in the same, like if you're in Babylon, you ain't living in the same Babylon the Great that a woman's living in, right? She's living a different existence in Babylon than you. And that's why you hate Babylon the Great more than her. If you mention to women the whole thing about how women get child support and all of this, they ain't gonna look at that and be like, yeah, that's wicked, you know, yeah, you're right. They're looking at that like that's a good thing. They look at it like it's a good thing. They don't think of it as a bad thing. If you tell women that, according to the Bible, men are supposed to be able to have multiple wives, they look at that as a bad thing, but they'll all claim to be Christian though. You can't walk down the street or walk through your day without seeing one woman that might have a cross around their neck pretending to be a Christian and that, right? When really some of these hoes be wearing a cross around their neck to try and make it be an attraction to their tits. But they ain't gonna admit that though, are they? They're gonna say, nah, I'm a Christian. You know what I mean? I remember one time I seen one woman with one of them around the neck talking about she's a Christian, but she was talking about her girlfriend. I was thinking, man, these people are just lost. Here she's talking about she's got a girlfriend, but then she's got a cross around her neck talking about she's a Christian at the same time. Like, these people are just lost, man. These women are dead while they're living. Verse 25 again, in the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction, and in the day of affliction, there is no remembrance of the prosperity. So all these fun days and things that you women have been doing to fill out your lives, right? To try and hide from the pain of how wicked you've been living in the earth. Because that's what it's about. You women are trying to hide away from how wicked you've been, man. And from the things that men have told you that you've dealt with in your life, right? But they've told you that you're the problem. And you're trying to hide away from it. But it's not going to work. Just like Esau. Esau is trying to hide behind, oh, I'm a white man. To try and hide away from all the things that people tell him about himself, where he don't look good. Excuse me. Where he don't look good. So he wants to try and hide behind, oh, I'm a white man and we're oppressed. We're the most oppressed group in the world right now, actually, in fact. Which is not true, but that's how they want it to be. That's how they want it to seem, man. They want it to seem that way, right? But it's not true, though. All right, it's not true, man. But in the day when their affliction comes, like Esau ain't gonna remember. An Edomite that used to be a manager or used to be an investment banker, right? Ain't gonna remember that he used to get loads of insider trading deals when it's a big 8 to 10 foot Jake telling him, yo, fucking pick that cotton, nigga. You know what I mean? You think he's gonna remember that he was an investment banker and he used to go and have £100 $100 lunches, £100 lunches, which £100 lunch is a hell of a lot of food, man. Right? In the city that I'm from, like if you was to go and buy £100 worth of food from a nice place, like or even like some of the bigger cities like London and stuff like that, if you spend £100 on your lunch, that's a lot of food, man. That's gonna be some tasty ass food. But Esau has some of these investment banker mans be doing that every single day, spending £500 a day, and then they just put it on the company. You think they're gonna remember that they was able to do that when they're in captivity under us? You think they're gonna remember that? You think all these women that was right now, right, able to gallivant all over the city, just not ever have to be in the house, right? Being able to always just do whatever fun activities they want to do, then to do this, do that, and then if they've got children, be able to mask it behind I'm just you know what I mean? Like women, that's one of the things that women do, man. In this society, I've noticed they use their children as a cloak of maliciousness, man. They use their children as a cloak of maliciousness, right? Women will be on that do that whole child support thing, right? And they'll mask their needs by the children need more money, or the children need more money, and the man might already be paying 10 grand. Listen, a child don't need 10 grand a month, but the mum will try and mask, oh, the children need more. But then you'll notice that the more that the children so-called need, the more they're getting. Like I seen one thing that came up on the feed a couple of days ago, that one NBA player, like his woman's trying to get 40 million from him. His ex-woman is trying to get 40 million from him. Luka Donovich or something, Donovanich or something like that. Luka Dozonovich or some shit, one of them names, man. And she's trying to get like 40 million for her and 10 million for their daughters. I'm like, what do you need 40 million for, man? But then what do your daughters need 10 million for? And it's just mad. Because in this society, right, if the women could not just divorce a man, if they could not just divorce a man and get his money, all the problems that they claim to have in their relationship, they'd shut their mouth and deal with them to stay having access to that man's money. But because Esau gives these women an ability to get the best thing that they got out of the relationship from that man, which might some of the times the money and the power that it leads to, he allows them to get access to that without still being with the man, which is absolutely ridiculous, by the way, right? That's an abomination, but he allows it to happen, right? So then that allows for the women to take the piss, and Esau gets his cut, which is what it's really about. It's about Esau getting his cut. He don't care whether the woman this and that, and you women are gonna find out when it goes down that Esau don't care about you. Esau don't care about you, right? And the people that actually cared about you the most was the ones that were telling you about yourself, but you thought that was oppression. And you're gonna realize that you was dead the whole time you were living, man, and you're not gonna be able to go back to the men that told you what it was. You're not gonna be able to go back, right? You're gonna have to stay in what you thought was the right way now. You ain't gonna be able to, I'm changed. No, you're gonna be replaced by other women. And I've heard elders from the Dallas camp mainly say a lot of these so-called first wives are not gonna make it, man. And I really understand why that's being said, man, because they might have met their man while he was in the world still and seen all the changes, right? Or they might know too much about that man now. They don't respect the guy. And they think, oh yeah, whatever. This is just a fake kind of thing. They kind of think it's a thing, but they don't really think it's a thing at the same time, man. They kind of think it's a joke. You know what I mean? They're not gonna make it, man. They've been giving their man a hard time. Like a lot of you brothers, elders, all that. They've been giving men a hard time. Like, you know how many different times women would have left men that believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushai? Loads. I mean, it even happens in the world, so why would it not happen to us when we're under the curses, man? We're under the curses, so we'd have even more of a struggle with women, man. The scripture said a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. So the more as we're trying to become righteous in ourselves anyway, the more that women are gonna be repulsed by us, man. Like the more worldly you become, you'll start to notice that women start to like you more. Like if you start going gym, and I'm not trying to say that going gym is worldly, right? But when you start going gym, and brothers go through phases where they can get into shape, like they get into shape over 2, 3 months, 4 months, or whatever, or they might have a phase of like being able to really do the exercise thing for 6 months. How I might give some brothers the ability to just I've kept doing it the whole time that they believed in it. He might have never gave them no ailments in the flesh, man. But certain people might have had that phase. And when you're at your peak of fitness now, at the higher end of the fitness, you start seeing 1, 2 crease in your arms and all that, yeah? You notice that women are all of a sudden more looking at you. When you step out the house with your clothes that are like just regular clothes, people ain't looking at you nothing like nothing. But when you step out your house with the clothes that are a bit more nice, then all of a sudden women are all smiling up in your face. When you buy a new pair of trainers, which we buy clothes, you know, when you buy a new pair of trainers, you buy a new jacket or something like that, you know what I mean? Women are all of a sudden looking all up in your grill. And when the more you believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the more you actually find that to be kind of like disgusting. That like just a new clothes like can make you be all of a sudden seem attractive to the same people that didn't think you was nothing before. And then it leads to people coveting, leads to people giving you envious looks and all that. You know what I mean? It leads to people trying to test you. Like it's all just gross. It's all gross, man. Like the cares of this world and the lust of this world trying to compete with these people. Like it's not worth it, man. Trying to compete with these people for what? To be the king, to be the king of a pile of ashes. You know what I mean? Then you got the people in the gym that they're so desperate to want to be the strongest man in the gym, so they want to watch your whole set. Do you know what I mean? They want to watch your whole set of training, man. Which people are naturally going to look around in the gym anyway. But these geezers be trying to watch your whole set, man. Like they're trying to study your whole training program, like you're some fitness influencer or something, man, and you're just a regular person trying to work out and get their health. They are in them gyms, man. They're obsessed with Jacob, man. I'm telling you, they're obsessed. And it doesn't matter what training you're doing. You could be running on the treadmill. You could be walking on the treadmill. They want to know what speed you're walking at. Oh man, what speed or what incline is he on, man? Because I wanna see if I can. They'll be competing with you secretly in the gym, and you don't even know. You get on a treadmill and you're just running. Like you might get on a treadmill and you're running at 10 speed, and they might be running at 12. But you can't really tell on the treadmill who's running at the highest speed necessarily all the time, man. So they might start turning up their machine now, going 30, and you're just still staying the same. And then, do you know what I mean? Or you might show up on the treadmill and they move now. Like it's all just gross. Like the way this is. And that's why I'm glad that Yahweh's gonna just turn this place off, man. Now let me get this. Going back to the female thing, like they're dead while they're living, man. Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 9, rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice, you careless daughters, and they're at ease. Excuse me, because they're dead while they're living, man. They're able to go around, gallivant, do whatever activities they want to do, right? And the thing is, a lot of these women might have been warned, and they might have been told, you know what, yeah? You see all of these things that you think you're going to get them, you know? You're going to get all this money and stuff that you think you're going to get this good career. Like women was told that. They've been told that by the apostles and prophets and all that. They've been told that rise women at age, you're going to get these things. Like, you see the thing where these women are getting these good jobs, right? These so-called good jobs, and they got all this access to money. That's been deliberate, man, so that they can be at ease, right? You see where these women have been able to break the law and get a slap on the wrist. That's been deliberate, so that they can be at ease. You see where women have been able to commit adultery, sleep around, lie and bear false witness, and like just be a complete harlot, but somehow come out on top, right? Somehow come out on top in the childcare system, in the children's system, and that in the law system. That's all been deliberate so that they can be at ease. Women are able to sleep around, commit adultery on a man, get a divorce, blame him for why they committed adultery, and not get put to how the scriptures says it's supposed to go, but actually get more wealth because of that. That's been done by Yahweh so that you women could be at ease, so that you could actually believe that, yeah, well, if this was the wrong way, then why am I able to get it then? And then they've been able to get all this help from the system and claim that they're independent at the same time. They've been able to complain to their man about money, but then at the same time, like, this society aids women in several invisible ways that they don't even realize that they're getting aided, man. There's so many ways that this society helps women that they are so unaware of, that when they get taken away, women are going to be shocked, man, by how easy they had it. They're gonna be shocked by how easy they had it now. Like, women are trying to complain about life now even. But when all hell breaks loose, they're gonna really realize, like, man, we had it easy. They're gonna be like, man, we had it easy, man. We had it easy. They're gonna realize that. Whereas right now, they think that they're going through something. Oh, we're struggling. No, you ain't struggling nothing. You've all got it easy, man. Y'all ain't struggling. Y'all have got some easy lives. Like, the things that men even ask women for in a relationship is not even nothing deep. Make some food, clean up after yourself, like clean up the food that you make, right? If you've got some children, take care of them, right? And don't be a demon and sleep with the man. But women want the men to do all those exact same things that he said, that I just said, right? But then they also want, oh, if I want to go on a holiday, I'd want you to pay for it. Or if I want some new clothes, I want to go shopping, I want you to pay for it. If me and the children want to go somewhere, oh, I want you to pay for that. Or if there's some random other thing that I want to do, yeah, I want you to pay for that. And I want you to be funny when I want you to be funny. I want you to be charming when I want you to be charming. I want you to be a warrior when I want you to be a warrior and defend the family. And while you're doing all of that, I'm actually going to be ungrateful for all of it as well. If you even manage to do it. If you even manage to do it, and I don't want to have to change and update myself though. I don't want to have to do anything to try and make sure that you're okay in the world. And I'm saying what the average woman in this society is like, man. They don't want to have to not be giving men eyes in public. They don't want to have to not be covetous and watching up next man's. They don't want to have to not be able to just gallivant and get attention from men, right? They don't want to have to not be able to just be a gossip and tale bearing about the world. They don't want to have to not act a certain way in public as to not embarrass you, their husband. They don't want to have to do that. They want to be able to do whatever they want to do, right? And that's what you hear these women say. Women should be able to do whatever they want to do, right? But you don't hear none of these same women that say women should be able to do whatever they want to do. You don't hear any of them people say that men should be able to do whatever they want to do. And you wouldn't want to live in a society where everyone does whatever they want to do. But guess what, though? Yahweh's going to show what that looks like. When the prophecy of 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, is made to come to pass, that is going to be a time where everyone is just doing what they want to do, man. And it's going to be hell. It's going to be hell, man. Women will be the first ones to struggle in society. 1 second, it's a lot here. Women are going to be the first ones to struggle in society where everyone does what they want to do, because one of the things that women don't understand is that a lot of the things that men do for women, they didn't want to do them. They did them because they was trying to be nice people, right? And because they wanted something from the woman as well, right? That's the reality of things, man. Now let's keep going. Verse 10, many days and years shall be troubled, careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Women have made themselves so annoying in this world, man, that men have just made them be something that they just want to sleep with. But women should be like something that you could actually want to spend time with, man. If a woman's actually acting in a righteous way, you actually would want to be around them, man. And when there's been times in our lives where we've been around women and acting cool towards us, and that's some of the most fun times that we would have had in our lives. But then when that woman starts to become a demon, you don't want to be around her no more, man. And then you part ways, right? That's what happens, man. Verse 11, tremble you women are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless women. Strip you and make you bare. And gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the present fears, for the fruit of wine. And a lot of women are going to realize that they was dead while they was living. But then souls East are going to realize that as well, man. when Esau's in the captivity of the Israelites, he's gonna realize, man, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I didn't know what was up and what was down. He's gonna realize, man, he's gonna be like, man, I thought that I had control over these people. I thought I had everything set up how I wanted it to be set up, and he's gonna think that he had some kind of power, and he's gonna realize he didn't have nothing. He's gonna realize he's nothing, man. He's gonna realize he's a piece of crap, and that he ain't shit. Right? He's gonna realize that, man, and it's gonna be a hard pill. It's gonna be a hard pill for him to swallow, man, when he realizes that he's a complete waste of space tramp. Right? He's gonna realize that he's just a straight demon, man. That he ain't nothing, and it's gonna cut him to the soul, man. It's gonna cut Esau to the soul to realize how badly he felt, and it's gonna cut these women to the soul the same way, man. She that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth, but Esau has also been living in pleasure, and he's been dead while he's been living too, man. And on that, I'm gonna say shalom to the elect. Shalom.